The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the ACECRT August webinar, where we will do an overview of our financial wellness program, as well as a demo of our personal financial portal. We appreciate all of you taking the time to join us today. A few items to go over before we get started. First, in order to ensure everyone has the ability to hear the information presented by our guest speaker, everyone will be on mute during the webinar. Second, please feel free to write in any questions you have using the Q&A tool on the webinar menu. At the end of the webinar, we will take the time to go through these together. Third, there will be polling questions throughout today's webinar. All results are anonymous, and we appreciate your participation. Now, I'd like to introduce our speaker, Laura Battle. Laura joined the Benchmark team in 2000, bringing with her experience in the financial services industry. She graduated from the University of California at Santa Barbara with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Economics and Spanish. Laura currently holds her Series 6 and 63 licenses along with her California insurance license. Additionally, she holds the following designations: Chartered Retirement Plan Specialist, Chartered Retirement Planning Counselor, and Plan Sponsor Retirement Professional. Laura is the Vice President of Operations at Benchmark and is responsible for the day-to-day management of our customer service team, corporate operations, and is our lead conversion manager. Thank you for presenting today, Laura, and now I'll turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Renata. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today to go over the ACECRT Financial Wellness Program. We are excited to bring to you an overview of the program, the components of it, as well as doing a live demo on the Personal Financial Portal, which is a component of the Financial Wellness Program, and want to make sure that all of you as retirement plan participants know what components are entailed within the Financial Wellness Program there at ACECRT. So the nice thing about this webinar today is that most of you, all of you, should actually already be receiving most of these different facets of the wellness program. However, if you are not, in the follow-up email, there will include links to sign up for the different campaigns that we have if for some reason you are not receiving them. So this is really just an overview to make sure you understand all the different facets, let you know we are here at the Help Center, the Financial Wellness Help Center, to answer any questions you have regarding your retirement account through the ACECRT, or any questions you have on the components I'm going to go over today. So just to get everybody kind of ready and in the mood, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with a polling question. So who doesn't like a pop quiz? No wrong answer here. But so let's go ahead and start. So what does financial wellness mean to you? You'll see a few choices here: paying my bills on time, contributing to my employer's 401k, or having the tools and resources to reach my financial goals and achieve financial independence. So I'll give you all just a couple of seconds here to choose your selection of our first polling question. And again, I think this one's going to be pretty easy for folks, but all right. So we'll see what our answers come up here as and see how they're looking. Okay, so it looks like most people said having the tools and resources to reach my financial goals and achieve financial independence, and that is correct. So that is really what financial wellness means in our industry. And what we did here at the Wellness Center for the ACEC Retirement Trust is really kind of took a step back as we were helping employees in their retirement plan and talking to them about trying to maximize their contribution. What we realized is in our industry, really that's hard to ask people to do if they don't even understand where their money is going or if they have overall financial wellness. So that really enabled us to build our financial wellness program. And what we consider wellness is we consider it a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process of achieving full potential. So when you bring that into the financial world, it's really just making sure that you have all your ducks in a row and that you understand your overall financial picture. And what that does is that gives you that empowerment then to be able to really kind of truck through life knowing that you have this part kind of on track. And once this financial wellness is not on track, that most people know, there comes some anxiety and stress with that, which is the last thing we need in our lives. And so we're really trying to help people overall get their financial wellness picture in order. And so what that has enabled us to do is really put a goal. And the goal of financial wellness is to improve the overall financial health of an employee, not the wealth. So it's really, again, going back to just that overall health facet and making sure that, from a budgeting and spending perspective, that you understand where your money is going and understand what you would like to be doing with your money and try to get there and set goals for yourself. So it all ties into overall retirement planning, but instead of retirement planning being one piece of your overall financial health, we wanted to look at the whole pie and look at all of your financial wellness facets to help you achieve those goals. So what the ACECRT Financial Wellness Program consists of is multiple components that are really meant to specifically target individuals based on where they are in their lives and based on how they would like to receive this information. What we find after doing this for many, many years is retirement planning tends to be out of sight, out of mind. And people think, oh, I have so many years until retirement, and I don't need to worry about that now. And then what happens is as they get closer to retirement, they really start to go, okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. And then they realize, wow, I don't have a lot of time to do this in. So our financial wellness program is really just to help keep kind of financial wellness on your mind. Not every day. Obviously, you have many things to do in your life, but to just have it incorporate into your everyday life so that you can be more financially fit and be more financially prepared when life, as you're just going through life. So the financial wellness program consists of multiple parts. Most of you should already be receiving some or part of these. What happens is you get signed up for all of these once you're under the trust with your employer, and then you can individually kind of turn switches on and off based on which component you would like to receive or no longer receive. So no additional cost for this. This is all part of just the services of the financial wellness program that we provide to ACECRT. So the first one that I'll go through is we have kind of this Employee Retirement Connect campaign, followed by our online education center. We have a wellness center. If your employer has it, there's sometimes on-site educational seminars, as far as one-on-one employee consultations that are always available via phone and email. And then we have the Personal Financial Portal, which is probably our strongest component of the Financial Wellness Program, which also includes this employee gap or needs analysis, which is basically, am I saving enough for retirement, which is a big question everybody wants to know. So, and then their social media campaign, which is also really great for anybody who really likes to get a lot of their news and everything from social media. So as I go through these different components, again, you should be receiving these already. If you are not, you can always go to the acecrt.com website under the Education Center and sign up for them, or you can always just contact us through that website, and I'll show you that towards the end of the presentation to start receiving these. And again, the follow-up email to this webinar will include links that will also allow you to sign up for these campaigns. So the first campaign is the weekly market update. This is a weekly email that just basically looks at the past week in the stock market and how it's been doing. So this is a great update for those of you on the presentation that are really, investment savvy and like to know what's going on out there. It's delivered to your inbox every Monday, and you just have that right in front of you, and it's just a quick week recap of how the market's done over the past week, important information, and how each of the major indices has performed. So that's the weekly market update. The next one that we have is our monthly and quarterly and annually what we call market update video. So these are just as they're called, they're quick videos, usually about 3 to 5 minutes long, just giving you an update, a little more in-depth update of what the stock market is doing. So again, these come in the form of a monthly one, a quarterly one, and then a more comprehensive annual video, and it gets emailed directly to you. You can just watch it at your leisure. But for those of you who, busy, don't have time to sit at your desk and read something, this is really nice because, again, it can keep you abreast of what's going on out there in the financial world, but you can just get it in the form of a video. So these are really nice, these market update videos, which, again, you can sign up for as you'd like, or choose to not receive them if you're someone who maybe isn't as into investment news as others. The other nice one of my favorites, is what we call our monthly call to action campaigns. And these are really quick, usually about 2 to 3 minute long videos that cover specific retirement plan related topics. So it's really to just, again, kind of help keep that financial wellness on the front of your mind, and not let you forget about it. And these go further than just how much should I be saving for retirement. They really are quick kind of motivational, like take charge of your money, or how to distinguish a want versus a need, and how to just, keep you on track, again, financially responsible, have that overall goal of being, financially fit. So these come 8 times a year. Again, delivered directly to you via email. You can watch them at your leisure. They're really nicely put together, and I would encourage you to watch these when they come across, because, again, they're not just talking about retirement planning. They're really talking about overall financial fitness and financial well-being. So those are our monthly call to action campaigns. I told you that those come 8 times a year. These are our quarterly newsletters, and these come, as they're saying, quarterly. So these are more of they go into a little bit more detail. They talk about more pertinent topics, kind of higher level financial planning information, different topics every month about how to take charge of your money, how to, pass good spending habits on to your children, things that are a little more broad. So these are really nice as well, again, customized for ACEC with our the Wellness Center contact information on the bottom. So, these are really nice, again, for the person that maybe wants something a little bit more that they like to read it as opposed to watching a video. So we're always trying to keep, just again, kind of retirement planning and financial wellness in front of you, so you just don't forget about that. And then the educational webinars, such as this one that you are all on today, these are monthly, and so you're also invited to these webinars every month. And these topics tend to be more, I would say, a little more in-depth because it is a video. You can see we have guest speakers that talk on most of them. We happen to be the guest speaker this month, Pension Mark. But we have our industry partners like John Hancock and Empower and Fidelity, and we get one of their analysts to actually hold these webinars. There's not any type of sales component to it at all. We're really just, because we have great partners out there in the industry, that we work with. They do these favors for us where they will actually guest speak, and they talk about things like healthcare, how that's going to affect your retirement goals. It's a big one. Social Security. How to just determine if I should do a Roth or a pre-tax. So depending on what part of where you are in your life, as far as if you're just in the younger ages trying to just accumulate that money and get that money in there, all the way to if you're, seeing that finish line and, 7 to 10 years out, these have some really pertinent topics for you. So these are our webinars. These are all webinars that we host, are always recorded and available for you to access through the acecrt.com Education Center website. So if you cannot make a live webinar, they are always recorded and then posted so you can access it at a later date. And then on the right-hand side, you can see just a sample of the invitation that gets emailed. So again, very wide spectrum of topics that are covered, but really, really tangible subjects as well. And then we have our Financial Wellness Help Center. This is where you can actually speak to live representatives available Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in all time zones. And you can contact our Wellness Center, and they can actually pull up your retirement account through ACEC, through the trust, and we can actually look at what you're invested in and see how your account is doing and talk to you about any questions you have, how much you're contributing, if you should be making any changes, anything like that. So, I really encourage you to utilize this call center or send the email to financialwellness@acecrt.com. That is what the call center is there for. So you have somebody you can come talk to about these questions on your account. That is what the wellness is there to do. This help center is there is to help make sure, let you know you have someone to ask your questions to. So the Wellness Help Center, the representatives that comprise the Help Center are great. I encourage you again to utilize them. Also have bilingual staff in the call center for any Spanish-speaking needs as well. So the other component of the financial wellness program through ACEC is our social media. That is really strong if you're somebody who likes to receive news more via Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. These are all areas where we have active posts where you can subscribe to them, and again, just a nice little way where you can get quick little tips sent to you. If Twitter's your thing, you can follow us on Twitter. YouTube, we have tons of videos on YouTube. It's amazing how many people go to YouTube for financial wellness, but they're there as well, so that's a really strong component of our financial wellness program as well. So this leads us to our second question. Make sure everyone's still paying attention. So if you wouldn't mind answering this one, how do you currently organize and monitor your financial picture? So we'd love to know, for those of you engaged today, how do you organize your financial picture? One, you use an online aggregating tool like Personal Financial Portal or Mint.com, etc. Two, you just use spreadsheets, kind of do it yourself. Or three, you do not have a specific method. So if you wouldn't mind answering that, we'll see. Just take a quick poll of our audience to see who is using which of these tools. Okay, so we have kind of a mix here. So some are doing the don't have a specific method, and some might be doing it themselves here. So kind of a mixed bag. So it's nice when people have some type of method. The ones who don't have a specific method, well, I'm glad you're on the webinar today, because hopefully you'll end today with a solution to that problem, because you definitely want to have some type of organization and monitoring system of your overall financial picture. So that is great. So one of the strongest features of the Financial Wellness Program through ACECRT is our Personal Financial Portal. And I'm going to show a quick video, but what I want to do is kind of set this up. So this tool, we call it PFP, Personal Financial Portal, is something that you can sign up for. It's free of charge. It's all comprised in our wellness program. So just by being in the ACECRT program, you're part of this. You're able to sign up for this. So basically, the Personal Financial Portal is a website where you have a username and password specific to you, where it gives you a quick snapshot of your financial life. And basically, you tie in any accounts that you have online access to, and all of those come together in one site so you can see your financial picture updated daily, so that it's updated every single day, and you have one site where you can go to and see it, and it allows you basically to monitor all the financial components of your life, which in turn allow you to make more informed investment and lifestyle decisions. So again, it's a simple and secure location. What you do is, like I said, any account that you have financial access to, so checking account, savings account, credit card accounts, mortgage accounts, insurance accounts, retirement plans, brokerage accounts, all of those accounts that you have online access to, you can pull into this portal, and it brings all the data over into one spot, and that's where you can see everything in one website. So I'm going to go ahead and play this quick video so that you can get a quick introduction, and then we'll continue. Just takes a minute for it to load here.
Everything you own could fit into a box. All your worldly possessions in one safe place. It made you feel secure. Time passed. You collected more things and more boxes. Life became less simple. Here's a question. Do you know where everything is and what everything is worth? If you don't, you should. If you want to know, you can. Now you can see everything you own all in one place. A private and secure location where your data is consolidated into one clear picture of you. Your personal website makes getting organized simple. It's easy to connect with all your financial accounts. As the markets change throughout the day, your balances recalculate to keep you up to date. To stay on track, you can create a budget and view your spending habits, monitor cash flow, and see your bottom line at any time. Interactive workshops show how your investment and spending decisions today can impact your lifetime cash flow, affect retirement, and influence your estate scenarios. To review the financial impact of your options, you can collaborate with us online in real time. There's a digital vault where all your important documents can be stored for safekeeping and accessed from anywhere. We provide you with up-to-date data so you can evaluate your options. And with a click, print out reports to see your complete financial picture. We give you the tools to connect with everything you own so you'll know what everything is, all in one place. From Wall Street to Main Street, those who know what they have, they're better than those who don't. We can show you how.
Okay, great. So that gives you a quick overview of just what the portal has to offer. And just like the video says, you can see how it is a place where you can bring all of that together with just one spot. I think what happens a lot of times now is we have to go out to this website to capture our bank accounts, and we have to go out to this website to see our credit card information, and this one to see our retirement plan. And so it's really nice to just have all of that in one picture. And like I said, really be able to help you start with, okay, my budgeting and my spending and how that leads to, you know, putting more into my retirement, and am I going to have enough for retirement? So that personal financial portal, and we'll go into a little bit more detail before I go into the demo, really gives you all those different tools so that you can see all of that. Oops, starting my video again, don't want to do that. Oh, sorry, my screen went back to the wrong page, so bear with me one moment. Oh, for some reason, I had to go all the way through. Let me get to my screen I want to be on here. Technology, wonderful. So a lot of times after I show that video of the personal financial portal, usually people are then asking, okay, this is a lot of information you're asking me to pull in, you know, and so the next question tends to be, what's the security feature of that? So I want to show a video of the security feature. This screen here is an example of that gap analysis that we were talking about, which is one of the most popular parts of the portal, which is how long is your retirement savings going to last. And I'll show you this when I get to the demo, but this is a really nice feature of that portal because, again, it's taking all that information and then extrapolating it even further to say, okay, now how does this tie into my, you know, savings? So if I change my spending habits here and get on a budget and set goals for myself with my spending, how then can I associate that with my retirement as far as saving more, and am I on track? So that gap analysis and needs analysis is really nice, and I'm going to show you that when we get to the demo. So first I want to go back into the security conversation I was just talking about, where that's a question a lot of people have. And I'll tell you before I show the video, the Personal Financial Portal is a non-transactional website. So you're not making any changes through this website. This is purely just to see where your money is at, how it's where, you know, what your financial picture is. So it has a link to every account that you link to it, but it's a one-way link. It's not taking that information back. So the security is obviously really important. So let me play that security video to probably answer a lot of the questions you're thinking right now of, oh, this looks great, but I'm a little concerned about the security before I sign up for it.
personal information online, you want to know it's safe and secure. We understand how you feel, so we built in multiple advanced security features to protect your data at all times. Your personal financial website is a non-transactional system. We're not like online banking, trading, or shopping websites. Your money cannot be moved, withdrawn, or accessed here. In fact, the financial information we track for you is the same data that's already online in your financial account. All account passwords are kept private by you and not accessible to anyone. Your personal information will never be shared with a third party for any reason at any time. Your data is stored at SunGuard Data Systems, one of the largest data hosting companies in the world. SunGuard handles 70% of all financial industry transactions. Multi-location data centers guarantee the highest levels of security and reliability. Many financial institutions still use 128-bit encryption. We use advanced 256-bit secure socket layer encryption. Trying to find your data without authorization is like looking for a grain of sand on miles of beach. We use third-party security auditors who serve as our own team of professional hackers. 24 hours a day, they continually try to break through our firewalls, but they never succeed. Your personal financial website is designated as a verified secure site. It serves as your private checks and balances dashboard. In one secure place, you can monitor all your account activity and see changes you might not have noticed until you receive your monthly statement. Your data is secured by advanced protection measures, including physical security, password protection, secure socket layer, 256-bit encryption, firewall, intrusion detection, virus testing, audit, inspection, policies, and procedures. It feels good to have the confidence and the comfort to know that your data is safe and secure.
Okay, so hopefully that helped ease some concerns that maybe some of you had about the security feature of the portal. And here at the ACECRT Financial Wellness Help Center, we're here to answer any questions, other questions that you may have on that. So if you still have additional questions, you can always give us a call. I'm going to show you now make sure I'm on the right page. Before I click over to the ACECRT.com website, I do want to let you know that all of the features that I've talked about are available on that online education center through the ACECRT.com website. So the educational videos, the webcasts that I talked about, the articles, the newsletters, all those quick tips, so all of those are archived on the Education Center that you have access to. So you can always get that information, or there's always a contact there where you can contact the Help Center and be signed up for something if you're not already receiving it. So before I go over to that, let me just make sure I throw up one more time the Help Center contact information. So for those of you who do have any other questions, make sure you reach out to us at the call center and we can help you with any of those questions you may have. And I'm going to go over to my other screen here, if my computer will let me. So the ACECRT website, which you all should be familiar with, is where you can go and access all of this financial wellness tools that I was just talking about. So you should be seeing the website in front of you. So that's the ACECRT.com website. And basically, if you go to the participant education link, which you should be able to see my mouse hovering here in the top, that is where you can find all this information that I just went over, all the different components of the financial wellness program. And in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see this personal financial portal kind of link, and it has a little arrow. That is how you log in to the actual portal once you've received your username and password. So you'll first want to send an email, and you'll see in the middle of the page Financial Wellness at ACECRT, and that's where you can send an email to get your login credentials. So you'll want to do that first, and then that will enable you to set up your username and password. So once you've set up your username and password, you can come back to the ACECRT.com website under Participant Education and go into this personal financial portal link in the upper right-hand corner. that is going to take you to the actual portal yourself, the portal that we saw earlier on the video. So now this is a sample that we have pulled up in front of us. Now obviously there's a lot of information here, but I wanted to give you an idea of what the personal financial portal actually looks like when you log in. So the nice thing about this is you can share this username and password information with your significant other or your spouse, and that will enable them to also be able to have access to your household financial information. Unfortunately, what we've seen in this industry in the past is when the primary person who's responsible for the financial issues in a household passes away, the spouse or significant other sometimes is at a loss of where to even get the information on the household financial situation. So the portal is a really nice place because, again, everything is located in here. So you can see it all. It's all right at your fingertips, and it's all in one spot. So I'm going to highlight some of the tiles here, and I'm going to go through it just a little quickly because I know we don't want to keep you all day. You have a lot of things to do. But on the left-hand side here, you should be able to see all the accounts. So we've added the accounts, and it's very simple to do. And I'll show you how to do that. And that's probably the only work involved with the portal is really just setting it up for the first time. You know, it takes about 20 or 30 minutes just to go in and add your different accounts. But once you do that, because it's updated daily, you shouldn't have to do that again. Now, occasionally a link will be broken with one of your accounts, you know, when some of these financial institutions have you reset your password every quarter. So if that happens, that would be a time when you'd have to go back in and set up that username and password again for a particular account, whether that be Wells Fargo or Bank of America or what have you. So these tiles that are on the front page, the landing page, you can toggle between them. So under the net worth, obviously that's just what it is, cash versus debit, you know, assets versus liabilities. So that kind of shows you just where your net worth is as of that day. On the right tiles, you'll see these are your investments. So it's pulling in all those investments you've linked, and it's showing you what are your top holdings and what particular areas of the market, you know, do you have your money, and how much do you have in each account, your 401k versus your brokerage account versus your IRA. So again, any account that you tie in, it's going to pull in. So you can always add accounts as you want. You don't have to do it all at one time. It's always going to save whatever accounts you add. So you can always add accounts in the future. And then the two tabs, which I really like, are your spending and your budgets. So your spending tab is really showing you where your money is. This one's just not showing any recent transactions, but it would show on yours, you know, where your spending is happening. And then your budget as well, this tile to the right. And this is really nice because you can set goals. You can say, please alert me via email if my checking account goes below X amount, or please alert me if I spend more than X amount on groceries this month, or eating out, or coffee, or Starbucks. So you can set goals for yourself. You can start creating a budget and sticking to it, and you know, have to be held accountable. You're going to get that notice saying, okay, you told me to tell you, and you're going over your limits. I mentioned you can add all your life insurance policies. So any policy, any, you know, account that you would like to add, just as far as, you know, insurance overall, you can do that. So up at the top are the tabs that really lead the portal. So we're on the home one, and then the next one is organizer, and this is where you're going to go to add your accounts. So I want to just show you a quick sample of how you add an account. And so under organizer, if you go to accounts, which I did, you're going to basically, this is your first step of starting to add an account. You'll see this blue button, and it says add in the upper right-hand corner. So we already have some in here. But I'm going to say I have an online account because, again, you need to have an online access in order to add an account to the portal. And I'm just going to type in, let's see, Wells Fargo. Then we're just going to click search. And it's going to bring up all Wells Fargo websites that are associated with Wells Fargo. So I'm going to click on the first one. Easy enough. It's just a standard traditional Wells Fargo checking account. I'm going to click continue. And you're going to go ahead and put in your username and password. So obviously I'm not going to fill in anything here, but you're going to use whatever password, username and password you use for your own Wells Fargo account. click connect, and it's going to pull over your information, and now you're going to start populating your portal. So you would do that over and over again for every account that you have online access to. If you ran into a problem where you were trying to link an account and the system wasn't letting you, that's when you could call our Wellness Center here, and we could help troubleshoot that for you. Every so often we will run into a small credit union or a unknown type of financial institution that maybe isn't linked, and usually we can just create a, we can try to work on that for you to get that added so that you can then link your account. So just let our Wellness Center, our Help Center know here if you do have any problems linking accounts as you're going into the portal. But as I was saying, once you start linking accounts, going back to our home page, that's where you'll see all your accounts showing up on the left-hand side over here. And so you can always update those as needed. The other nice features of the portal, if I'm clicking on the top, I'm going to skip the Workshop tab and go to Spending. This is where it really will break down your spending habits and where you can really start to see where your spending is going, and you can set a budget. So how much over budget am I on my automobile or on my ATM withdrawals? And you can actually categorize things as you'd like. The system will automatically categorize based off of, they're going to know if you go eat at, a restaurant, it's food, or if you go to a gas station, it's auto or gasoline. So, but you can always change this, the headings of the different spending, but again, this is really to help you show, where your spending is going. And you can do it by month or the last 6 months or a custom date range. You can do it by category. Where am I spending the most? And you can do it across different accounts as well. So if you have a couple different checking or savings accounts or your spouse's, you can do that as well. So there's a lot of different budgeting and spending tools you can do under the Spending tab up at the top, which again, all lead into your overall financial picture. The Investments tab is just that. If you want to look at all your different investment accounts, including your retirement plan under ACEC, you can pull that in through the Empower website. Look and see, that account. If you want to pull in your spouse's 401k account, look at where, you have your money, the different allocations. How much do you have in certain equities? How conservative or aggressive are you? So that Investments tab really helps you drill down into the different investments you have. There's a vault in the portal which allows you to upload really important documents such as wills and trusts or life insurance policies. There's no storage maximum right now for space on that. So again, it's a really nice place to keep all those important documents that you and or your significant other can access if needed. And then the Reports tab really helps you create reports every which way but sideways. I mean, it's great. You can do balance sheets. You can do assets versus liabilities. You can expand on all of these and just create reports. I mean, these are really nice for your financial planner, or if you have a CPA, you can just print something out really easy and find out what the current balance is and how much you've contributed and all that good stuff. So that's under the Reports tab. The last tab that I kind of just went over real quick is what we call this Workshop tab. And this is where you can go to, are you saving enough for retirement? There's also a really nice one here, are you saving enough for college? I'm not going to go over it today, but if you have a child or children who you're trying to save money for college, that also helps you do that. You can plug in the name of the college. It's going to tell you how much it costs for a 4-year education there, and you can kind of start putting some budgeting in place to try to do that. I can tell you it's a scary exercise because the cost of going to college is not getting any cheaper, but again, good information to know. So are you saving enough for retirement tab? This is where it then is pulling in that data that you've populated in here and really answering that question of how long is it going to last. So you can put in your retirement ages, and this is an active page. As you change these sliders, so for instance, our Sarah and Steve, Steve wants to retire at 63, well, he might need to push out that retirement until, 69, and that's going to change. You'll see the numbers change of how many years are funded on the right-hand side. You can do the same with ending your retirement if you have longevity in your family. And you can play with these to really answer those questions of, I might want to retire at 65, but is that doable? You know, is that plausible? And you can really look at your expenses in retirement, how much you have now, how much you're contributing on a monthly basis, and the system gives you some options for trying to achieve your goal. Because, you know, a lot of times you'll see these funds are going to run out. You're not going to last the whole entire years that you need funded. We underfund our retirement in this country, you know, majority of the time. So this tool also helps give you goals. Maybe you need to, you know, push out your retirement age, or one of you or your spouse needs to put more into your account contributions per month. So this really helps bring home, again, you know, how is my spending and budgeting today affecting my long-term retirement, and what can I do to fix it? How can I get better? How can I make my financial picture overall work for me so that I can sleep well at night and know that I'm going to be okay, instead of just, you know, putting our head in the sand and hoping it all goes away, which is a strategy as well, not one I would suggest, but sometimes based on our polling questions, people may be doing that right now. So this personal financial portal, again, you can get to it through the ACECRT Education Center. Really, really great tool. I would encourage you to check it out. Basically, first steps would be to go to that ACECRT Retirement Trust Center, the education tab, and through there you can sign up for the PFP account just by sending an email to the financial wellness at acecrt.com. So I'm going to leave this screen up right here just so that you know how you can access our help center for the ACECRT Retirement Trust. And I really encourage you to look at our wellness program, take advantage of those features, really help take control of your financial wellness picture. You don't have to do a lot. It's really just taking those steps, and this personal financial portal will hopefully allow you to do that, so that you can start, you know, putting that budget together and work on your spending. And it will make you feel better. And we are here at the Wellness Center to help you with any of those additional questions that you have about the program, the wellness program, or more specifically, just on your ACECRT retirement plan. So with that, in the essence of time, I'm going to finish my part and throw it back at Renata and see if we have any questions out there.
Thank you, Laura. We appreciate you sharing your time with everyone here today. Like you mentioned, we'll start addressing some of the questions that have been filtering in through our Q&A tool. Let's see here. So we got, what is the main difference between the PFP and a site like mint.com?
Good question. You know, I am not as familiar with mint.com. I believe mint.com has a fee. I think you don't get that for free. So I know this personal financial portal there is no charge for this. This is something that's included in the ACEC Retirement Trust. So I know mint.com, I believe you pay some type of annual fee for that. So this does not have an annual fee. Other than that, it's very similar. I'm not on mint.com, so I can't say specifically what the differences are, except I do know this personal financial portal does not have a fee associated with it.
Yeah, and to add to that, the personal financial portal is, although you can kind of include any type of financial account to it, so it's kind of a whole financial picture, just like mint.com, but it is in some senses more geared towards retirement readiness as well. So with the gap needs analysis and things like that, in the end, we are still trying to get people prepared for retirement. So I do know that that is a little more geared towards that as well. Let's see here. So does the call center assist with enrolling and selecting investments?
Yes, the Financial Wellness Help Center can definitely help you, get enrolled in your retirement plan or direct you to the Empower website where you actually will enroll. But if you have questions on your plan, just about the plan, how to enroll, how to choose the different investment options, the call center can help you and give you that guidance. So yes, you could definitely call us and we could assist you with that.
Great. And so kind of going off of that, we got another question where asking about if we would assist with rollovers.
Yes, you can also call the call center, and if you have money in a previous employer's retirement plan, we can also assist you and direct you on how to start that process to roll that money into your current plan under ACECRT.
Great. Thank you so much, Laura. And thank you everyone else who attended the webinar and for your participation. We hope everyone has a great day. Next week we'll be following up with a replay and answering any additional questions that have come in through the Q&A tool that we did not get to. We look forward to seeing you at our next webinar series. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.